All right, so John Boyega has popped up in the news again because he was recently at a con when he spoke to the panel about his Star Wars history. Now, we all know John Boyega starred as the character Finn in the sequel trilogy, episodes 7, 8, and 9. Another thing people probably know if you're into the fandom and you're a Star Wars fan is that in that first film, it's highly suggested that John Boyega is going to be the Jedi, if you will, the face of the franchise as a Jedi. Then
in episode 7.
In episode 7. Then, spoiler alert,
8 screwed him.
It ends up being the girl Rey, who ends up being Force. However, it's always implied in the sequel trilogy that John Boyega is Force sensitive. So, could he be a Jedi? Yes, but he's never actually considered a Jedi in the sequel trilogy. The lightsaber quickly passes to Rey, who then learns the Force from Leia and Luke before he passes, and we all know the rest of the story. Well, now, speaking at WonderCon this year, and I could not find footage of him actually saying it, but it was definitely said. I saw it, and then it was taken down. But
you gotta
John
look at
Boyega
Twitter for that.
John Boyega says that he has actually spoken to Dave Filoni about a return to the Finn character.
Cool.
This is interesting because not too long ago, John was singing a different tune. Let's hear him. This is back in 2003.
2023.
Right.
2023, sorry. Talking about John Boyega's
When he was
chances
4 years old.
of continuing on with the Star Wars franchise.
Right now, you go on social media, it can be, it feels like algebra to me. 2 plus 2 is 4. If you do this, that means this. If they, women think like this, men think like, and that simplicity with such intricate talking points is like, it throws me off. So,
but when you're going against the dumbing down of a culture,
American accent, because I had no idea that's what it is.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know he was British? Yeah.
It's going to be a rocky road.
It's a rocky road. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Moses Ingram, who's in this Obi-Wan series, and so much racism thrown at her.
I saw that.
But
okay, so who he's talking about is the Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan series, the black woman, who got a lot of hate because some aspects of the Obi-Wan series, the storyline focused on her, and I guess that made people butthurt.
Disney was there. They had a plan. And it seemed like, Disney learned along the way to have a plan for these sort of things to happen.
Yeah.
When it happened to you, I don't think there was a game plan. I don't think they saw it coming.
Man, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. But that's the piece that I felt. Moses Ingram being protected makes me feel protected. Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes me feel like, okay, cool, I am not the elephant in the room. Because when I started, it wasn't really
I never thought he was the elephant in the room. I don't know why he has that outlook on it. Again, I know this is a few years ago.
Conversation you could bring up. You know how they went through it. It was kind of like, let's just be silent.
Oh, he's bringing this up again.
Yeah, it wasn't a conversation you could bring up. But now, to see how blatant it is, to see Ewan McGregor come and support is it for me fulfills my time where I didn't get the support. It doesn't make me feel bitter at all. It makes me feel like sometimes you're that guy, and my dad taught me that. Sometimes you're not the guy to get the blessing. Sometimes you're Moses. You lead the people to the mountain, but you see the destination. You don't get to go in. You get others to go in, and that's where you get your happiness from. And for me to see other people accepted, and then at the same time to see that the studios now are like, okay, cool, this is not an elephant in the room conversation. We need to support our black client. It's fantastic.
Okay, but I'm gonna praise you one more time then, because I thought what you did.
No,
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Disney never learns their lesson about how to treat someone.
Guys, I'm super sinusy. That's why I keep coughing and snotting. And
Honky
going off
over
camera.
here.
Yeah.
That's what we call
What were
it.
you going to say, Kush?
Well, I mean, I don't really know the backstory of this, or like, is your mic
Sorry.
off?
Oh, it is.
Everybody got it.
Sorry.
That's what it sounds like when I'm lying in bed at 3 a.m. So y'all got a picture of that.
Here we go.
You should never
Shut up!
hear this man snoring when his CPAP's off.
I mean,
he
I
shakes
snore.
the house.
I snore. I'm a snorer. What do
He
you want?
shakes the house.
He's got a nasal issue.
After episode 9 was a lot like what you did in the park that day in London when you said, I'm going to quote you, what I say to Disney is, do not market a black character as important and then push them aside. I feel like they...
Yeah, well, okay.
I agree.
That, I don't know the motivation of the shift. Personally, I do think there was a little bit of racism involved because I feel like
I agree.
episode 7 was clearly setting up Rey and Finn to have some sort of a love connection. It was clearly setting that up in that first movie. And I feel like they decided they did not want to go in that interracial relationship direction, and like it was a very awkward shift when you got to the second movie and you realized, oh, they're pursuing her and Adam Driver. Like it was awkward and weird that they did that.
That's another thing. Disney's known to have very racial thoughts.
Right.
Literally, there was a children's show they made with a black hero that was very racist.
Right. And I mean, like, these things always, I don't know.
They call him Captain Durag.
I mean, again,
And that pissed
Here's the
everyone
thing.
off.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think John was done dirty. I've
Now-
never said otherwise. Go ahead.
That being said, I feel like that entire movie franchise was done dirty because
Except,
the eight
Let her
just
talk.
totally. I mean, it's okay, but like 8 just totally ruined it. Like, I mean, I love 7, 8, 9, and I stand by that. I love those movies, but when we went back and watched them, I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
8 just came out of nowhere, and then
Yeah.
they had no idea how to recover. I mean, they kind of recovered.
They tried
but
to walk it back. Is what they tried to do. And,
it's
and go
really
a different direction.
sad that they did not have a clear vision for all 3 movies before they started them. It's sad.
I'm going to say this. I kind of wish... I have the thought sometimes that they should go in the path... Like how DC made the Justice League, and then they made the Snyder version. What if we had that for like Abrams? We have the normal version of 8, and then we had a J.J. Abrams version of 8
If he would
with more
remake it.
backstory,
Yeah.
and could have led it in a different direction.
Yeah. I mean, I thought when I saw 7, I thought seeing a stormtrooper, desert
Oh yeah, I
was a
totally
fascinating
thrown. I was like, that's
storyline.
great.
And
yeah,
then
no,
they-
I'm same here.
They
yeah.
never went anywhere with
Yeah,
it.
I know. I was
He's like sidekick.
okay,
Yeah.
I like this. I like what's happening.
And then they brought in what was her name? Tran, the character, the girl. Rose Tran.
that was her name in the movie.
right. And
Co says the issue is Star Wars has the curse of there is no more story to tell.
Amen.
Yes, there
I
is
harp on this
a-
all the time.
Yes, there is a plethora of EU material, extended universe material. The problem is none of it makes a truly interesting episode 7.
Preach all day long. I have said this for years. Let's just stop. Let's just stop making Star Wars movies. There is nothing else
Well,
to say.
I think we could make. I think the Skywalker saga needs to be put to bed. But I mean, I definitely think there's more stories to tell here. I do have a clip of him at this expo, and he's talking about Finn being a Jedi. Let's hear what he says here. Or not.
lightsaber in someone's hand in Star Wars for too long. He force sentenced. He's force sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have never done that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have, because I was going to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
You know? There was no way you put a blue lightsaber in my hand. I held my own for a little bit against a trained Sith.
With no training.
Whatsoever.
Yes.
And I gave the beautiful Lady Rey time enough to get her bearings so she could come and finish the job.
Yep.
Now that to me sounds like some Jedi shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Man,
You know something that
I'm
made
gonna have to
me
get
mad?
that clip. Now
I
that
would
to
have
me sounds like
totally
some
rather
Jedi
Finn
shit.
had that accent.
You know something that made me mad?
I'm petty.
And I
What?
think he was speaking about actually keeping his props from the film.
Do you keep anything from set Star Wars? The jacket, maybe the lightsaber,
Or all of it.
all of it.
Come on. What did Denzel say? He said, I'm leaving with something. Ain't what he said?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you keep anything?
That's pretty good.
Okay, I cannot get over his accent. The American accent made him seem very boyish. I like.
Well, I
he
think
would have
that was
been
the
way
idea.
better as Finn with
I think
that
that was.
accent.
I think that was more because of the fact that he was a stormtrooper. That I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and kind of this weird. You're right, almost boyish way of talking and having dialogue.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Yeah, I highlighted Sean.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, again, there's lots of problems. He probably got screwed more than any other person in these
easily.
movies. You know, Oscar Isaac was just an afterthought. Like, I don't even know why he was in those movies.
I mean, obviously, he was brought in to replace Han Solo. That's why he was in those movies.
Yeah.
You know, and for whatever reason, they went a different direction, and that's the movies we got. But
Can't
like
change
John
it.
said, well, maybe they can. John says that John Boyega has said that he has spoken with Dave Filoni. Maybe
Who's
we
Dave
might.
Filoni?
He is now the head of Lucasfilm,
Okay.
so he is the Star Wars.
I mean, this
boss.
is the problem.
He
This
also
is the
He
problem.
also did the Mandalorian. What's the problem?
George Lucas is a sellout. That's the entire problem with Star Wars. He was like, I don't like what you did. I'm taking my toys and going home and selling the franchise, and it's never been any good since. I mean, or it's not been. It hasn't had that vision and that coherent story.
I agree with everything you said, except for that he had no reason to do so because of how poorly received the prequel trilogy that he did direct
well,
was.
but you know, sometimes things are not received well, and you put your big girl panties on and you keep working. You don't sell the franchise and be like, I'm done. Like, I just think, and every time there's a new person doing it, there's a new owner, there's a new writer, whatever, and it none of it ties in. It's just they're just making money off of it at this point.
I'm going to say this. Number one, the biggest money thing that I can think of Star Wars wise is Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's made out by EA. It was made right around the same time as Force Awakens. And I'm going to say this for everyone out there. Please, EA, make Battlefront 3.
Okay.
And
yeah.
please have everything this time.
Right.
Don't just have half of everything.
Co says, one of the big criticisms I see for the sequel trilogy is it doesn't have a decent lightsaber battle. Well, it does, Finn and Kylo. That ain't a bad rack to hang your hat on, John. Ha ha ha. I agree. There's not a very good battle as there has been with other stuff.
I liked Kylo. I really loved Adam Driver. Adam Driver's my favorite part of those three movies. I
Co
think he
also
did a good
says
job.
to you, Kush, with John seeming more boyish in episode 7, we have to remember that it was 11 years ago. Ha ha.
Sean, George Lucas is kind of a loser nowadays with how much he's destroyed the Star Wars
Right.
franchise.
I don't agree
He
with that.
is
I don't
the
agree with that at
legend.
all.
I mean, George Lucas is a legend. That's why I'm so mad at him.
We wouldn't
Because
even
he
be
is a
talking right
legend,
now.
right? Yes,
mean-
exactly. And I do have to say, after we went back and watched all 9 plus Rogue One, I have a completely different opinion on 1, 2, 3. I think those are the best movies now. But like, I didn't like them.
I don't know about the best.
Another thing is this isn't probably going to happen for having a spin-off show because Adam Driver tried the same exact thing, and he got
did try
fully
to do a Ben
declined.
Solo movie. Yeah, let's not
that's-
forget that we did speak about that. That him and Steve Soderbergh had developed a
Man,
film
I would love to watch
that would have seen the evolution of Ben Solo being on the dark side and converting back to the light, but Disney said no, and here we are. One more comment from Co. Says, I love George, and I love the people who say he should have done more. The guy is in his 80s. You guys want to keep working in your 80s. Ha ha.
No,
That's
that's
how I
true.
feel. It's like the
That's
guy
true.
has done enough, you know?
Yeah, but I'm talking about
yeah.
20 years ago.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
like, but no, I agree. I agree.
But that is a great point, though. Anyway, we will keep you updated on John Boyega's status in the Star Wars universe. Meantime, comment below what you think of this video and what you think of John's comments. Make sure you like it by hitting the thumbs up. Click the bell so you know when we go live, and we will see you in the next one.